Hello everyone, welcome to my music theory lesson. This is lesson 3.6, Other Scales. In today's lesson, I am going to show you some other scales besides major and minor that you should be able to identify in under 4 seconds. The types of scales that we are going to learn today are pentatonic, whole tone, chromatic, blues, and octatonic or diminished. These scales have different numbers of notes than major and minor, which have 7 notes each way. They are not as commonly used as major and minor scales, but they are in most music theory lessons and exams, including AP. To build a pentatonic scale, you take out the subdominant and leading tone from any major scale. You can write it starting from either the tonic or the submedian. The pentatonic scale has 5 notes each way. Take C pentatonic as an example. To build the C pentatonic scale, you start with the C major scale, which is C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, and take out the subdominant and leading tone, which are F and B. What you are left with is C, D, E, G, A, C. You can write it starting from the tonic, which gives you C, D, E, G, A, C, or the submedian, which gives you A, C, D, E, G, A. To build a whole tone scale, start on C or C sharp, and write all of the notes ascending to the next octave, with each note a whole step apart from a previous note. This scale has 6 notes each way. Take C whole tone for example. To build the C whole tone scale, start by writing the first note C. Then, write the next note a whole step above that, which is D. Repeat until you get to the C in the next octave. What you end up with is C, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, C. The same way with C sharp. To build a chromatic scale, start on any note and then write all of the notes ascending to the same note in the next octave, with each of the notes a half step apart. This scale has 12 notes each way. Take C chromatic for example. To build the C chromatic scale, start by writing the first note C. Then write the next note a half step above that, which is C sharp. Repeat until you get to the C in the next octave. What you end up with is C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, C. To build a blues scale, start on any note and write out the rest of the notes following the step pattern. Whole plus half, whole, half, half, whole plus half, whole. The blues scale has 6 notes each way. Take the A blues scale for example. To build A blues scale, start by writing A and write all of the notes ascending following the step pattern. The second note, which is a whole step plus a half step above A, is C. The third note, which is a whole step above C, is D. After you get to the A in the next octave, you should end up with A, C, D, D sharp, E, G, A. To build the octatonic scale, also called the diminished scale, start on C and then write all of the notes following this step pattern, whole half, whole half, whole half, whole half. Notice that this scale alternates between whole steps and half steps. The octatonic scale has 8 notes each way. To build the octatonic scale, start by writing C and then write all of the notes ascending from C following the step pattern. The second note, which is a whole step above C, is D. The third note, which is a half step above D, is E flat. Repeat until you get to the next C and you end up with C, D, E flat, F, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C. You first need to understand the logic behind these scales. There are no tricks to memorize the scales in this lesson, so the only way to memorize these scales and identify them quickly is by practicing. Let's try it on the next slide. Name the scale. Blues. Name the scale. Chromatic. Conclusion. In this lesson, we talked about the step patterns of pentatonic, whole tone, chromatic, blues, and octatonic or diminished scales, and also how to build them. For more practice, please download my music theory app. In the next lesson, we are going to talk about modes. See you next time!